Okay, hi everyone. This is page 159 of our 6A workbook. This is chapter number 5, Angles in Geometry Figures. Let's take a look at this question, a level 2 question, question number 2. Let's take a read first. EFGH is a rectangle and FLGM is a rhombus. Angle MGH equals to 60 degrees. Find angle C and angle D. Right, this information provided in the question probably are clues to how to answer. So let's start off with identifying the shapes that's given in the question, the rectangle, as well as the rhombus. These are the two shapes that are given in the question. Let's see if we can identify them in the figure. So I have the first one here, angle rectangle EFGH. So I'm gonna color this in yellow. So this is the rectangle, and that's probably the first clue to the property that we might be using here. Probably got to do with the rectangle, right? So I'm going to write it down here. Maybe the first property that we're going to use got to do with the rectangle. Is it the opposite lengths are equal? Or more specifically, maybe it's got to do with the right angle corners, right? The corners of the rectangle being 90 degrees. All right, the next shape we have is the rhombus. So let's check out the rhombus here. We have okay, highlighted in pink here, the rhombus, and that's probably the clue to the next property that we might be using. It's got to do with the rhombus, and some of us might be already moving a step ahead to think about isosceles triangle, because you look at that figure here, you probably identify FG is the side of the rectangle is cutting across the rhombus. It looks like there are two isosceles triangle joined to form the rhombus, FGM and FGL, the two isosceles triangle. That's probably the next property you need to use. And then you have the given angles here, angle MGH, angle C, and angle D. So you need to find angle C and angle D. I'm going to color the angle MGH given here. This is 60 degrees. And then you have angle C, which is here, and angle D, which is here. Now, even though I'm like coloring the space here, you should know that we're talking about angles, we are referring to a turn like this. But I'm coloring it so that you can see a bit better. Okay, that brings us to our first step to answering the questions. Let's see if you can is enough information here. So starting with the rectangle, so these are the four corners we're referring to, the 90 degree, and that gives us the first possibility of finding this angle here. All right, that's angle FGM. And angle FGM, that's the same as angle MFG or GFM, okay, which is actually angle C. You realize that is the same because of the isosceles triangle property. So I'm already able to find angle C by using 90 degree, the corner of the rectangle, minus the given angle, 60 degrees, and gives me 30 degrees. So I've already got my first answer for angle C. So I'm going to write here, angle C equals to 30 degrees, reminding myself to include the degree symbol. Let's move on to see if we got more sufficient information to solve the D. I'm going to erase the additional markings here so that you will see that it's a bit neater. Okay. Right, so I have already found angle C, which is 30 degrees. And because of the isosceles triangle, this is also 30 degrees. That brings me to be able to solve here, this angle, and that angle is angle FMG, or you realize it's the same as FLG here, which is the opposite angles of a rhombus are equal. So with that, you can use the isosceles triangle angle, sum of angles in the triangle property. 180 degrees minus 30 degrees minus 30 degrees. Then you can find the angle there. Which brings us to the last property that we might be using. We're probably going to use, which is this one. So we have the sum of angles in the triangle property. Okay, and then now we're going to find the last one, which is sum of angles at a point. And what would that be? So angle D will be sum of angles at the point 360 degrees minus the angle here, FLG, that's found here, and then you get your answer. Don't forget to include your degree symbol. So you have the key three properties that use. The first one is the rectangle, the 90 degree. Then you understand the rhombus well enough. Some angles in the triangle, and then you have angles at the point. Right.